John Kavakis here with another edition of My Take, and today I've got news from Brooklyn. What is going on at Brooklyn? Now, we all know that they recently made another move. They have consolidated their operations into the SMTS facility in Hastings. They have a small facility working outside of Bath just to keep things moving along, and the news is good. Now, they've had to make these moves for a number of reasons, but the biggest thing that has happened is because the most recent move that they had to make was done with far fewer help, far fewer hands than what they had before. It's taken a long time, and consolidating everything into the facility at Hastings has been a bit complicated. So they've got two operations that are going to be working out of Hastings, SMTS and Brooklyn, each with their own identity, each with their own products, but working out of the same facility with a small crew working outside of Bath. So the good news is that everything's been sorted out, and production is just starting to ramp up again. So things are moving forward, and there's a few new efforts as well that I think need to be recognized. Number one, there's been a little bit of a refresh on the website. And I know some people have commented about the website being difficult to navigate. It's really not that hard. So what I've done is I've made a small tutorial on how to navigate the website, and we're just going to spend a few minutes taking a look at that right now. Okay, so here's how you use the Brooklyn website. You go to your browser, and in your URL window up at the top there, you type in brooklynmodels.com. And that takes you to the main website. And you can see there's some sales stuff there, but if you don't have an account, you want to go up here in the upper right-hand corner and open up an account with them and join their rewards program. You'll love it. And if you, depending on where you are, you're going to want to click one of these so that all the pricing comes up in either US dollars or the British pound or in euros. Now, once you've done that, then you can start browsing the website. You have banners up on top show the different lines of models, but right down here in the new model section, they've got stuff that they're featuring. And matter of fact, there's some stuff on sale right now. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see some of the things that they're offering for sale. And you go down a little bit further, and here's the sale models. And you see the price are 20% off. They got a good selection of those. Some interesting stuff in there. I love that 1936 Buick Special Sport Coupe. And you can scroll through those, but then you can go down further. There are a couple of videos. You can see the details on the reward program. Click on more merchandise. And then you can also browse through the various different collections. Click on the Brooklyn models 55 through 70, and we'll see those listings there. And there's everything that they have in stock. Back up a bit. And, there's the collector's guide and some more videos. So it's not a hard website to use. I've heard some griping about the pricing. Well, the pricing is all adjustable again up here in the right-hand corner. You just pick what price, depending on where you live. If you're in the UK, British pounds, and then everything's going to come up in pounds. So it's really nice because this is everything that they have in the store. But once again, you're going to want to have an account. You can click on that, open up your account. There's a search window that'll help you go to things a little bit more quickly. You got a few things over here, the store with all of the different collections in it, some information on the company, projects that they've worked on in the past. You can see pictures of them there. The community, the blog, the model gallery, the collectors club, and how to join the collectors club. And then the garage, which links to the Hobby DB Brooklyn Garage, which will have a tremendous amount of data in there on which type of models that they offer. So the website's easy to use. I suggest you go there. It's one of their primary means of having stuff for sale. Okay, so that's the website. You can see you can put US dollars, you could euros on there, you can do pounds. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on there, and that's really the primary place to go for new issues from Brooklyn. The other thing that they're doing is they've got a brand new eBay store. Now, the outlet is called the BM Outlet, the Brooklyn Models Outlet. And what they're putting up on there are things that have surfaced in both of these moves. Models that they've had packed away back in corners and in containers and that sort of thing that have been sitting maybe for years that are brand new. In the original factory packaging. Some of them are very rare. We've seen a few prototypes on the eBay listing, and so this is something you're going to want to check every day. Now, I know not everybody is familiar with how to navigate eBay, so I've done a little video tutorial on how to find the BM outlet on eBay as well. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so Brooklyn has an eBay store. And you can access the store by doing this. Go open up a new tab on your browser. Go to URL box and put in eBay, ebay.com. That takes you to your eBay page. Now, you got to have an eBay account to do this, so you're going to want to set that up. But if you want to find the Brooklyn listings, the ones from the factory, go over here in the upper right to Advanced and click on that. And we want to do an advanced search by seller, right there on the left, by seller. And we want to do only items from a specific seller. And we're going to put in BM Outlet. That's the name of the Brooklyn store. So we hit search, and there we are. Now we've got a whole list of items that are there. And you can rearrange that list by price, whatever. But if you want to do something really cool, click on one of the items, 57 Ford Zephyr, and you can see the listing there. You can make a bid on it if you want. You can buy it now, that sort of thing. But you can also go over here on the right and hit Visit Store. Now I've got everything that Brooklyn has listed. And I'll tell you something, I've been watching this for the last couple of weeks. They got some really neat stuff in here. This is factory stock stuff, comes in brand new packages. It's never been opened, never been used. And so there's a lot of really neat stuff. You start scrolling down, you see some of it. There's our 57 Ford Zephyr. I mean, this is stuff that just hadn't been available new for a long time. And there's great news. There's a lot of Rob Eddy stuff in here. There's a whole lot of Lansdowne stuff, some rare land. You know, there's the 56 Willoughby Vogue Caravan. Just a really nice list. There's that Brooklyn Eldorado Brome. Yeah, it's $62.64 American. That's pretty good. So you can browse through those, but you can also click over here, save this seller. So when you want to go back to the store, you're going to have to do all that. All you have to do is go to My eBay and then go down to Saved Sellers. And there's the BM outlet right there. And go back to Visit Store. You can do that daily. And I'll tell you something, the good stuff doesn't last very long on this. So it's a good idea to check it sometime early in the day and see what they put up new. This has been highly successful for Brooklyn. They're doing some great business. Most of this stuff are models that just came to the surface in the two moves that they just made. So they weren't really aware they had all of this there. It's sitting there. It's in the boxes, original packaging, all brand new. It's a great opportunity, you know, for you guys that are into Lansdowne. There's a lot of really neat stuff in here. And they even got the gas pumps and that sort of thing. So take a visit to the BM Outlet store on eBay. You'll find something there I'm sure you're going to like. Okay, so that's the Brooklyn eBay store. Now I've got the news that we've all been waiting for. What new models are coming from Brooklyn? I'm going to give them to you more or less in the order that they're going to be released. Don't hold me to this because there's a little bit of a backlog. They're working on several different models at the same time. They may come out in a slightly different order. But the first one we expect to see is the long-awaited, much-anticipated 1954 Packard Caribbean convertible. Now, I've been waiting for this one for a long time. It's going to be issued in the original colors intended, Packard Ivory over bikini blue, but they're making a very small run of all black ones with a saddle interior. And let me tell you something, that model is going to be spectacular. We've seen some of the work already. We've seen a few color trials. We've seen some painted bodies. I've seen some of the detail work on the interior and the dash. And let me tell you something, Darren Mold has exceeded himself in this. This is a spectacular looking interior. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful model. I hope to have one to show you in Chicago in a few weeks. And maybe we even got a little bit more of a surprise than that. But Simon is working feverishly to give us something that we can show, that you can actually hold in your hand. The next model we expect to see is the BCC Club model, 1955 Belvedere. And this is a very unique model as well, the first of its type coming from the club. If you are not a member of the Brooklyn Collectors Club, the BCC, I'm going to give you an email address right over here that you can write to and sign up, because you're going to want this model. It is a hardtop and a convertible. It's going to come with a removable hardtop and with a convertible boot. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, and you're going to want to get in line for it. The other one that they're very close on is the 1/1,000,000th Morris Minor. Now, this is in a pink lavender color scheme. We've seen some of the castings. Again, Darren has done a really excellent job. The castings look absolutely superb. So that will mark Lansdowne's 30th anniversary. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about Lansdowne and some people complaining about it. But let me tell you something. Lansdowne is alive and well. And we need to give Brooklyn 3 cheers for maintaining this lineup. They know that their customers want them. And they've got several different models coming down the pike for Lansdowne. You Lansdowne guys are going to be really happy with this. Right after that, we should see the 1931 Cadillac 355B. Simon's working on colors right now. We've seen some of the preliminary work on this one as well, some castings. That's from an NB Center, so the level of detail should be very high. And of course, it's going to have the Brooklyn finish on it. It's going to be a beautiful model. Right after that, we should see a 1969 Ford Zephyr Executive. Now, it's a very popular car over in the UK and over in Europe. And this should satisfy the itch for a lot of people for a nice family design that everybody's familiar with. So we're looking forward to that one. They're working on the 1933 Cadillac V16. Now, if you were in Allentown with us at the NB Center event, you probably saw this car. It's a 7-passenger limousine. It's a survivor in absolutely magnificent shape. You've seen the model of the V16, a very large, very heavy white metal replica of the V16 engine. Some of you have that. You'll be able to place this model right next to it and have a complete set. Now, the next one is a 1972 Hillman Avenger Tiger Series 1 and 2. Now, these are different levels of performance, different levels of badging and striping and that sort of thing. I know Darren's very excited about this one, so it promises to be another really beautiful, spectacular model. Now, the last one that I can tell you about is another version of the Ford 5-window hot rod coupe. Now, we saw the limited edition. They had 25 black, 25 in a matte burgundy. Absolutely stunning model. And some of you were able to get in on those pretty early. Well, Simon promises that this one is going to be very, very special. I don't know the details. As soon as I hear them, I'll share them with you. But I'm getting in line right now for them. I want that. I want the black Packard. I want the ivory over bikini blue Packard. And I'm looking forward to having each of these other ones in my collection as well. So there's a lot going on. The good news is Brooklyn's doing great. The plan is working. Sales are up. The eBay store is working. All indicators point towards a really great holiday season from Brooklyn and a really great 2024. I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor. If you enjoyed the video, will you give me a like down there in the bottom right-hand corner of the video? And if you're watching this on a forum or on Facebook and you want to see the descriptions, you want to sign up for a subscription, in particular if you want to make a comment, click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right there, and that'll take you to the YouTube site, and you'll be able to make your comments. The channel really enjoys the comments. I really enjoy the dialogue. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back again real soon with news about the show in Chicago coming up in just a few weeks.